So yesterday on my video, there was a comment under that video by from J.M. Parsons. Hope I'm not messing up his name, but he said something that made my light bulb go off. Because when I think about from the very beginning of our relationship, how things were going on and different things that was happening, how he could be on to something. And what he was saying in that comment yesterday was that the person I'm dealing with was dealing with is probably a narcissist who gaslighted me into the relationship. And I would say that wouldn't be too far fetched because I am aware and I do know what a narcissist is. And I believe that the last guy I was dating before him had those traits too. And that's when I actually learned about it, was dealing with the guy I was with before him. And so got with him because with him was different circumstances from the last relationship. So everything just kind of, went out the window as far as the narcissist traits and signs for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and I still could not put my finger on what's going on with this man that I'm dealing with. It's just like one thing I knew very, very strongly is that accountability was not something he would ever do. It is never him. It's always something or somebody else's problem versus it being him. I mean, he would tell a lie on a squirrel and say the squirrel did it before he said he actually was the one who did it, and never apologizes. And so when we get into situations sometimes, even with the knowledge that we know and the things that we know without a shadow of a doubt could be happening, for some reason we still know how to push that thing behind our head and be like, nah, that ain't it. Nah, that can't be what's going on here. It's got to be something else. And so you keep on going and keep on going and keep on giving it chance after chance after chance because you're hoping for something different. But it's not different. It just reinvents itself, but still do the same thing over and over again. And that's what I went through with him. He kept reinventing himself, but still showing all of the same signs and doing all the same things, no different way, just verbally saying, oh yeah, I've changed. Oh yeah, I want to come be a family or whatever. So when he say that he might be a narcissist who gaslighted me, I truly believe that he is definitely a real bad narcissist who needs help. He really does, because and I tell him this all the time. You need to go talk to somebody. If I want a therapist, I can go and lay on somebody's couch. Well, you need to go and lay on it, sir. Lay on many couches. You need to do that because mentally there's something wrong up there and you need to get that fixed. So what led to this breakup, any of our breakups, is weird. It is so weird. When I tell you it's weird, I'm not making up anything, I'm not adding anything, and I'm not taking away anything. I'm telling you just how it happens every single time. So, leading up to this breakup that I don't know anything about, that I don't even know we got an issue, I don't know we got problems or anything like that. It's just that one day this man will wake up and just be like, I'm out of here. I'm done. I can't do this no more. And I sit here and I ask him, not for trying to stop him from leaving, but to understand what just happened. So that way I know if I did something, I need to work on some things. You know what I'm saying? So just being normal, I'm asking, okay, what's going on with you that you feel like you need to separate from me or whatever? Like why you need to leave? Because yesterday we was just fine. Yesterday everything was cool. Then today you wake up and you just like, yeah, I found somewhere else to live. I got a house waiting on me or whatever, which is lies because these are the same things he say every time he does this. It's just that I never know when he gonna pop up and do that. So it's like he'll live here for a little while. Then when he get tired of living here, he want to go live somewhere else to be with whoever he want to be with or whatever, just to keep it honest and real. Do I know for sure if that's what he's doing? No, but do I think that's what he's doing? Yes. Yes. Do I have probable cause to believe that that's what he's doing? Yes. So that's automatically what I'm going to think. Every time you up and do this, I'm going to feel like, oh, you done found a new chick to get up under. So now you ready to go. Because I'm telling you, this be so random. So this time around, a day prior, the day before he sent me the message, which I think he accidentally sent because he was banking on me to take him to leave me like I always do. And so I don't believe that he was actually aiming to tell me what he had sent me in that message or whatever. I threw him off because what happened was I set up a text now phone number just in case something ever happens to my phone, because my phone is outdated, it's old, and so my phone be tripping a lot. And so just in case it just happens to black out and don't work anymore, I got a secondary number for him to reach me on if he needs me or whatever. Because at this time we cool, ain't nothing going on. There's no need for me to feel no type of way. I'm just moving in my everyday life because we ain't got no problems. We good. So I sent him this message, and because he one of them people who just got to be talking to somebody, he stay on his phone a lot. So I'm making it clear to him that this is me, and this is a number that you can reach me on if there's something ever happens to my cellular phone. Okay? But I know he talked to a lot of people throughout the day, and he gives his number out a lot and stuff like that. So he may not know exactly who he's talking to. And so I don't want him to slip up and say something, because I know this man. Been dealing with him for 4 years, almost 5 years. I know him. I know his games. I know his tricks. And so he don't get caught up in nothing. And I don't hear nothing I don't want to hear. I make sure I put it's from me. But he read the message so fast that before he could get, because I sent it in 2 messages. First, I put, this is the number that you can reach me at if something happens to my phone. And I forgot to put who this message is coming from, which is me. So in a second message, I put from Bay, which is me, my name. So I put from Shonda or whatever, so that way he don't get it mixed up and think that he talking to somebody else and he really talking to me. I know what I'm doing. So still, he done responded back so fast that he ain't gave me time to send the it's me message, that he done responded back to it so fast that he's like, oh, my people in Tallahassee found me a place. So my people in Tallahassee said there's a place opened up for me, hopefully. That's what he sends back. And I'm just like, what? Why would your people in Tallahassee have a place opening up for you, or even telling you there's a place opening up for you, and you living here? Your name on this lease. You beg to come back here. And when you beg to come back here, you didn't tell me anything about you still looking for your own spot. You know what I'm saying? So I sit there and I call him. At this time, I can't even hear what he's saying on the phone because I'm at work. So my students are loading the bus. I'm trying to hear him. His phone sound low or my phone sound low or whatever. So I can't hear him. So I just said, I'll talk to you when I get home. So at this time, while I'm on the phone with him, though, he sound like he done got caught and busted. Like, now he got to figure out what lie he gonna tell me, because he didn't mean to send that message to me. He meant to send it to somebody else. So when I get home, I asked him, I'm like, so what you meant by that message? What that message mean? He was like, I told you that I was waiting on me a house or apartment or a room or whatever in Tallahassee, and that once it opened up, I was going to be gone. I say, Me and you ain't never had this conversation. You might have told that to somebody else, but you ain't never told me this. I said, because if that was the case, I would have never allowed you to come back home. You said to me, and I remember everything he said because he's a liar and he won't admit to anything. So even with me telling him exactly what he said, he still denies the fact that he said what he said and that he told me that he was looking for a place and that he planned on moving back or whatever. So I'm like, I would have never let you back in if you was planning on just coming here until somewhere else for you to live opens up. I say that's bananas. I said we've done this several times. I'm not doing this again. If you gonna stay somewhere else, stay there. Leave me alone. You can't have me. I'm not doing no long distance relationship with you because you don't know how to act. You don't know how to be a man that's in a relationship when you're far away from me. So if that's how you want to be, I'm not your girl. I can't do it. I don't trust you like that. And it ain't no secret that I don't trust him. He know that. Right now, you just came back in. He stayed 6 months this time. And he's supposed to be building my trust back up with him because the only time he had trust was in the very beginning of this relationship. After all the things he showed me, he's supposed to be, gaining my trust back or whatever. And so we both are on this lease together. And he has not stayed in this home and on this lease for a whole consecutive year. Since we've been in this place, he has never stayed a whole consecutive year. He has not stayed in the relationship a whole consecutive year, but it's been 4 years that I've been dealing with this up and down with this man. You know what I'm saying? I was gaslighted to the fullest. But while I was in it, that's not what I called it. That's not what I believed was happening to me. I thought that because they always come with a story of how they've been hurt. Ooh, excuse me. Don't sneeze, girl. Don't sneeze. But they always come with a story of how they've been hurt in the past and how their hurt is more hurt than what you got. I've been hurt throughout my life, and for him, my hurt is just a little bit of hurt, not compared to his hurt, because he was hurt more than I was hurt. No, hurt is hurt. No, there's a difference. Hurt is hurt. It don't matter how you was hurt. Everybody got some hurt in them. But that don't make my hurt no greater than your hurt. And for him, he's like, yes, it is. My hurt is greater than your hurt. So back to how we got here. So this message sends up a concern to me. I'm asking him about it. He's telling me he told me about it. And I'm telling him, no, we didn't have this conversation. I said, when we was just good the other day, it was beautiful. We had a good time. We laughed. We chilled. We did what we did every day. It was a good day. And then the next day, you hit me with a message like this. Now, plans were, we were supposed to be going back to where he at now. We were supposed to be going there over the weekend. Friday. We were supposed to go there that Friday. This went down on Thursday. So we were supposed to be going out of town or whatever. And so he already knew this, but he trying to play it like he just found out. Either way, whether I knew about it or not, he knew he was leaving. I didn't. I had an inkling that he may leave again because of what he's always done. I know you will leave at some point. I just don't know when you're going to leave. So I'm going to keep my guard up and I'm going to stay prepared and on my toes for when you do flip the script and you just up and leave. Okay. So we're supposed to go out of town. So how I figured in my mind how it was going to play out was that we was just only supposed to stay 2 days. That Friday, that Saturday, and then we leave that Sunday. So I figured since he did this, what he was going to do was try to pack a whole lot of his stuff up and put it in my car like he normally does. Because he's a big trickster. I just have to pay attention. But, a lot of times I didn't have my eyes all the way open. I felt things, but I didn't go with my gut. And then, boom, it hits me after it's all said and done. So I figured he was going to pack up most of his stuff because he was going to have to leave something behind to play it off so it don't look like he leaving. It just look like he going to be gone for a little while or whatever. At least that's what he tried to make me believe every time he do this. So plans was to go out of town or whatever, handle some business, and then come back. So with him being slick, we was going to go there. When we get there, he's going to fake a phone call or something like that, being that somebody's going to call and be like, oh man, I'm going to need you to stay a little longer because I'm going to need some extra work done from you, this, that, and the third or whatever, because he pressure washing paint. He got a little business, but it's more like a hobby. But when he get like this, it's oh my business. All of a sudden, he got all these customers. But on his downtime, when everything going good with us, he ain't got no customers. All of a sudden. So I figure he gonna play like he got a phone call that tell him that he need to stay a little longer because they need him to do some extra work for them and this, that, and the third. And so he gonna be like, yeah, so you going on back, and then I gotta stay here at least a week, and then I'll be back because I got a lot of work lined up or whatever. And I think that's what he was gonna do, but it was meant to come out before we did it because I always end up taking him back to leave me, which is crazy. But that's how he set it up. See, in that case, I don't know he leaving me until it's said and done and we done got to where we going. Now, all of a sudden, stuff changing. Either way, I'm going to end up going back home without him. And so, once I go home without him, then he going to start acting funny. Now, he don't want to answer my calls. Now, he answering the calls, but he's starting an argument every time he answer the phone. Or he just want to text and don't want to pick up the phone. So, I done been on this merry-go-round with him for a long time. I'm just telling y'all how things have been going and how I just totally let his narcissistic traits go